Find the domain and the range of the function f of x is equal to the square root of ln brackets x minus 1, close the bracket. What you've got to remember is that the domain is a set of values that you can put into a function. So sometimes it's good to look for a set of values you cannot put into a function. Now, in order to take the square root of something, this part here has to be positive. So you cannot take the square root of a negative number. Hence, ln of x minus 1 must be greater or equal to 0. Which means, if you remember, that ln of 1 is equal to 0. Therefore, x minus 1 would have to be bigger than 1. Because if this was less than 0 here, less than 1 here, then this would be negative, and therefore you end up with a negative number which you can't take the square root of. So therefore x must be greater than or equal to 2. So the domain is x is greater than or equal to 2. The range is a set of values that output from a function. If you took something like very, very large number, ln of it will be a slightly smaller number, but you can keep putting numbers in here. What you can't have, what you won't get out, is a negative number from this function by taking the square root. Because there's no plus or minus here, we're always going to be plus, and therefore the square root of a number for a function is always positive, and therefore the range will be y is greater than or equal to 0. Now, if we want to check this on the GDC, if we go to the GDC and select graphing mode, which is this one here, okay, and then if we go menu, and then we just go to the window zoom to begin with, and go to the window settings. These ones I've already worked out, so I'm going to put in here minus 1, leave the next one as 10, and here I'm going to put in for the minimum y is minus 1, and in here I'm just going to put 2. Okay, and press OK. Enter the function square root, control square root of ln, so control e to the x1 here, ln of x minus 1. Enter, and then we see our function here. This point of value here is quite important. Let's just have a look at that. Menu, analyze the graph, and we want to look for the 0. Go to the left, go to the right, and then we get the 0. So going back to what we just done, checking using the GDC, we have here the function, okay, and you can see that here from here onwards we have the domain, and here outwards we have the range of values. So these are a set of values we can put in, these are a set of values that we can put out. So we can always look at it if it's a paper 2 question using the GDC.